Alrighty guys, it's that time of the year again. This is my prediction video of Capital One Bowl Mania in 2022. Now, if you've been watching me for years and if you are into Bowl Mania, I've been doing this since 2015. Just like me tracking Santa, I've been doing that since 2015 as well. And I know that every time I make this prediction video, the video is long. I'm going to try and go as fast as I can. So, I'm going to publish this Friday morning. Yeah, because you can schedule what time the video will be published, so that's good. I'm going to publish this Friday morning before the first game starts. So, this is my username, Super Eric Bros, and you can actually put emojis as part of your username. And I found out because Johnny Talk Sports, he put emojis on his username. So yeah, Johnny, he's a subscriber of mine. Every year he does his Bowl Mania group. So I'll show you his group at the end of this video. So, before I make my picks, do y'all remember what the old format looked like? If you watch my 2019 prediction video or before that, it didn't look like this. It looked a lot different. Then they changed it to this format in 2020. I like the old format a little more. This new format's pretty good. The only thing I don't like about the new format is that it doesn't tell you what the name of the bowl games are when you're making your picks, but you can find out what the names of the bowl games are if you go to the NCAAF tab and you go to schedule, and then you'll see what the names of the bowl games are. Now, what was it, like almost 2 weeks ago already, I made a video of my Bowl Mania dream matchups where I predict certain teams to go in certain bowl games. So here's that list right here. I typed them all out. These are my predictions of which teams will be in which bowl games, so you can pause and read that, look at that yourself. And we'll see how many did I get right. I know I got some of the New Year 6 right because it's actually kind of easy to predict on how that works. But these smaller bowl games are harder because you never know. So I'm going to see how many I get right and how many, how many games I get right for both teams are in it and how many games that, at least one team is in it. So I hope that makes sense. So here it is. So I did like about 29 games, I think. And I put them in order. So, and yeah, there it is. So, now, yeah, if you go to the schedule, you can see the name of the bowl games, right? So the first one is actually on a Friday this year. It usually starts Saturday, but this year it starts on a Friday. So yeah, this one, Bahamas Bowl, Miami of Ohio versus UAB at 10:30 a.m. Central Time, because that's the time zone I live in. And if you click on the time, it tells you what the matchup predictor says. So UAB is the favorite. Wow, they are a 10.5 point favorite. That's pretty big for two 6-6 teams. Now the next one, this will be a great game, a dream game. Number 25 UTSA, that's San Antonio, versus number 24 Troy in Alabama at the Cure Bowl in Orlando. Let's see who the favorite in that one is. Oh, UTSA. Not by much, though. They are both 11-2 teams. Wow, this is perfect. So I'm not going to look at the predictor for all the games. So Saturday we have a lot of games. We got Cincinnati versus Louisville in the Fenway Bowl, and yes, I picked Cincinnati to go to the Fenway Bowl. I got that right. At least one of the teams are in it. Las Vegas Bowl, I have Florida. Or no. This is what they have, sorry. They have Florida versus number 14, Oregon State. Oh wow, it's at the new stadium where the Raiders play. It's no longer outdoors. Okay, so it's at the new stadium. Wow, Oregon State's really good this year. And yes, I just look at my list. I did have Oregon State in the Las Vegas Bowl. So I got another team correct. Next we have the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl between Washington State and Fresno State in the new stadium in Inglewood. I think that's how you pronounce it, in California. The home of the Rams and the Chargers. And guess what? I got both teams correct in the LA Bowl. That's right. I got both of them correct. Wow. I'm actually pretty good at this stuff. The Lending Tree Bowl, Rice versus Southern Miss. Wow, Rice is in the bowl game? Let's look at Rice's record. Wait, they're 5-7 and they're in a bowl game? How? How is a 5-7 team in a bowl game? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, look, they have a lot of pretty bad losses. I think Southern Miss is the favorite. Yup, pretty big favorite, even though they're 6-6. What happened to Rice's logo? Huh, that's a glitch. Alright, New Mexico Bowl, SMU versus BYU. And North Texas versus Boise State in the Frisco Bowl. So, we have 3 games happening at the same time in the afternoon, sort of. No games on Sunday, obviously, because that's NFL Day. Monday afternoon, we have the Beach Bowl in South Carolina at 1:30. Marshall versus UConn. Wow, let's look at UConn's record. Okay, they're 6-6, because I remember they're usually really bad, but wow, they're in a bowl game. Wow, they started off as a terrible. They were like 1-4, and then they won quite a bit of games at the end of their season to save their hopes in the bowl game, and they're in one against Marshall. All right, Tuesday. Oh, the Idaho Potato Bowl between Eastern Michigan and San Jose State at the Blue Field, Albertson Stadium in Boise, Idaho. That's the home of Boise State. I really like that Blue Field. It's so cool. Like, it's like one of the green fields, you know. And that might be like, that's usually like the coldest bowl game because it's, you know, it's way up there in Idaho. The Boca Raton Bowl between Liberty and Toledo. Wednesday, the R+L Carriers New Orleans Bowl between Western Kentucky and South Alabama. And I did get Western Kentucky correct. I did pick them in this New Orleans Bowl. Armed Forces Bowl between Baylor and Air Force. Well, that's perfect for Air Force. Is Air Force the favorite? Nope, Baylor's the favorite, but Air Force has a better record, though. So Air Force can pull it off, perhaps. Alright. Next Friday, December 23rd, the Independence Bowl between Louisiana Lafayette and Houston. That is perfect for Louisiana Lafayette because they only have to travel to Shreveport. And I actually went to the Independence Bowl game last year between UAB and BYU. I have a vlog of that game, so I'll have to upload that. And it was raining. It's not fun going to a rainy game, but I really wanted to go because I never got to go to that game. So, yeah. Gasparilla Bowl between Wake Forest and Missouri. Did I get that correct? Let me see. No, I did not. Okay. Christmas Eve, we got the Hawaii Bowl, the Tradition Hawaii Bowl. Oh, it doesn't start late, though. Sometimes it starts really late. We got Middle Tennessee and San Diego State. Hawaii sometimes is in the Hawaii Bowl, but this year they're really bad, so they're not in a bowl game this year. Wow, New Mexico State is in a bowl game? Now that's awesome. Yo, New Mexico State is usually one of the worst teams ever for a long time, and they are in a bowl game. I have to cheer for them because I remember in 2017 they were in a bowl game and then they won for the first time in a long ass time. They're playing Bowling Green. Is Bowling Green the favorite? Oh, it's very close, and they're both 6-6. Now that is a must-watch game. And wow, New Mexico State was off to a crappy start. They were 0-4, 1-5, and then the second half of their season they turned things around. Wow, talk about a lucky season for New Mexico State. Tuesday, December 27th, we have 4 games. The Camellia Bowl in Alabama between Georgia Southern and Buffalo. First Responder Bowl between Memphis and Utah State. Birmingham Bowl, also in Alabama, between Coastal Carolina and East Carolina. Oh, 2 Carolinas playing each other. And the Guaranteed Rate Bowl in Chase Field, Arizona. All right. Between Wisconsin and Oklahoma State. Wow, Wisconsin has to travel all the way to Arizona to Chase Field. Huh. Yeah, they have 3 bowl games playing on a baseball stadium. Yeah, Fenway Park, Yankee Stadium, and Chase Field. Wednesday, December 28th, 4 games. The Military Bowl, we got UCF and Duke, and I did pick UCF to be in the Military Bowl. All right. Liberty Bowl, Kansas versus Arkansas. And I did pick Arkansas to be in the Liberty Bowl, and that is not far away from Fayetteville, to Memphis, Tennessee. Holiday Bowl between number 15 Oregon against North Carolina. Oh, another game at a baseball stadium. Petco Park in San Diego, home of the San Diego Padres. So we got 4 bowl games in the baseball stadium. The Texas Bowl, Texas Tech and Ole Miss in NRG Stadium. And this is, you notice how these bowl games, they get bigger and bigger. The matchups get more interesting to watch. Thursday, December 29th, we got the Pinstripe Bowl in Yankee Stadium between Syracuse and Minnesota. That's perfect for Syracuse. Cheez-It Bowl, we got Oklahoma versus Florida State in Orlando. So that'll be kind of like a home game for Florida State. They're number 13. I wonder why Florida State's playing Oklahoma. Oklahoma's not that great this year. Who's the favorite? Yep, Florida State. Yeah, why is a 9-3 team ranked in the teens playing a 6-6 team? I don't know if this could be a blowout or not. I don't know. That just seems kind of weird, in my opinion. Alamo Bowl, Texas versus Washington, and I got this one correct. Yeah, because some bowl games, certain teams from a certain conference play teams in a certain conference. So like this game, it's always Big 12 versus Pac 12. This will be a good game. Friday, December 30th, we got 5 games. The Duke's Mayo Bowl between Maryland and NC State. Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl between Pittsburgh and UCLA. Gator Bowl between Notre Dame and South Carolina. South Carolina, how about that South Carolina team at the end of their season? Pulling off big wins. Let's see who the favorite is in this one. Oh, what? I don't believe it. I don't think Notre Dame has a 67% chance. That should be like almost like 50-50. That should be dead even, in my opinion. Notre Dame's kind of overrated. No offense to the Notre Dame fans. Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl between Ohio and Wyoming. And the TV network is Barstool. I've never heard of that network before. I'm going to see if I have that. Or I don't know. It may not be a network. Maybe it's an online streaming site. But look at this. Look at this. This is the best perfect Orange Bowl you can think of. Number 6 Tennessee versus number 7 Clemson. Who is the favorite in that game? Tennessee? Wow. 57%? I don't think their quarterback is playing, right? What's his name? Hendon Hooker? I know his last name's Hooker. Alright, that's the first New Year's 6 game. New Year's Eve. The Sugar Bowl, I got this one right as well because it's kind of easy to predict which teams will be in the New Year's 6. Number 5 Alabama versus number 9 Kansas State. Why the hell is this game on at 11 o'clock a.m.? Isn't this game always after the... This game is always after the Rose Bowl. Why is it on at 11 a.m.? That makes no sense. That's stupid. That is stupid. I don't get that. I really don't. The Sugar Bowl is always after the Rose Bowl. Music City Bowl between Iowa and Kentucky. Let's see who the favorite in that one is. Ooh, this might be the closest one yet. I think it is. 2, 7, and 5 teams. Alrighty. And we got the CFP semifinals. Yep, everyone knew which Final Four teams are in it. We'll talk about those last. January 2nd. The Relia Quest Bowl between number 22 Mississippi State and Illinois. I can't believe Mike Leach passed away. The Mississippi State head coach. What a shocker. Just shocking news, man. Like, I made a video of me talking about Mike Leach. If you want to watch that, go ahead. I'll put it at the end screen. Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Tulane is in the Cotton Bowl? That's unreal. And you know what else was unreal? Tulane only won 2 games last year. And now they're really good all of a sudden. They're playing USC. Pretty sure USC is a heavy favorite. I was expecting to be like 70-something% for USC, but okay. Alrighty. Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. Wait, so we got 2 Cheez-It Bowls? Well, we got the Cheez-It Bowl and the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. That's weird. We got 2 Cheez-It games between LSU and Purdue. I know the winner of the Cheez-It Bowl the head coach gets dumped by a ton of Cheez-Its. Are they going to do the same thing with the Citrus Bowl? We'll find out. Rose Bowl game. Number 11 Penn State versus number 8 Utah. Let's see who the favorite in that game is. Utah's the favorite. Yeah, Utah is really good. But why in the hell is the All-State Sugar Bowl not after the Rose Bowl like it always has been? It's usually on like at 7:45. But no, they have it at 11 a.m. That is so stupid. That's so dumb. I don't get that. And finally, the championship game. I don't like. Oh, it's at 6:30. It's usually like 7 or 7:30. I don't really like the game on Monday. It should be on a Saturday. Oh, I think I know why it's not on a Saturday, because of the NFL playoffs. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Alright guys, let's finally make our picks. Here we go. Let's go back here. And yeah, this video's already 21 minutes and we haven't done my picks yet. So there are a total of 43 bowl games. I think that's a record. Yeah. So, you guys remember, this year, all of my prediction sports videos were random. I spun the wheel on all of them. Now, you're probably going to think, let me guess, Eric, you're going to spin the wheel on all these games too? No. Only some of them. Only some of them that I can't decide. So yeah, for the games that I can't decide who to pick, I will spin the wheel for that. So, let's start off here. And you know what's cool? It tells you how many people, or the percentage people picked. UAB's a heavy favorite, so I'm going to pick them. And yes, I'm doing confidence. I will do my confidence off video. Now this one, I'm going to spin the wheel on that one. Alright, who wins this game? UTSA or Troy? It's going to be UTSA. I will say this though, for the games that I can't decide who to pick, they're gonna be my low confidence. Because this game could go either way. Cincinnati at Louisville. Wait a minute, why? It doesn't even put Louisville's record. That's a glitch. Whatever, Cincinnati's the favorite, I'm gonna pick them. Jackson State versus North Carolina Central. What the heck? I know Deion Sanders is the coach at Jackson State and he's going to Colorado. Is he coaching this bowl game? I gotta pick Jackson State. Florida versus Oregon State. Oregon State's the better team, so I'm gonna pick them. Washington State versus Fresno State. Again, why doesn't it put their record? Wait. That's weird. It doesn't do it for some of the game. Okay, whatever. This game, I'm going to spin the wheel. Let's do it. Alright. Fresno State it is. Okay. Rice versus Southern Miss. I'm sorry, Rice, but you don't deserve to be in the bowl game when you're 5-7. Southern Miss. SMU and BYU. I'm going to go with BYU, even though they had a weird season. Wow, this is probably like the most easy pick yet. 96% pick Boise State. I'm going to pick them. Man, they should have won their conference. Because they were the favorite and their conference championship game was at the Blue Field. Marshall versus UConn. Yeah, UConn is lucky to be in a bowl game, but I'm going to pick Marshall all day. Eastern Michigan and San Jose State. This is the Idaho Potato Bowl, and This could go either way, but I'm actually going to pick San Jose State because they're in the same conference with Boise State, so they're going to be familiar with their facility. Liberty versus Toledo. I'm going to spin the wheel in this game. Liberty's the favorite, but the wheel says Toledo in a very close one. That was a close spin. Alright. Western Kentucky versus South Alabama. Wow. Yeah, I'll go with South Alabama. They're 10-2. Baylor versus Air Force. I'm going to pick Air Force in the Armed Forces Bowl. Louisiana versus Houston. I'm going to pick Louisiana because it's the Independence Bowl. I'm surprised the amount of people pick Houston. Wake Forest versus Missouri. I'm going to spin the wheel. Alright, the two black teams. Oh, at the very end, the SEC. Alright. Middle Tennessee versus San Diego State. I'm going to spin the wheel on this one too because Middle Tennessee did pull off the upset against Miami. And, oh, that's a very fast spin wheel. Middle Tennessee. Okay, I hope I get all these wheel picks right. New Mexico State versus Bowling Green. I'm going to cheer for New Mexico State. I will. But I'm also going to spin the wheel on this one. Alright, this is exciting. Oh, Bowling Green. Okay, well, I'm going to cheer for New Mexico State, though. Georgia Southern versus Buffalo. Again, another game I'm going to spin the wheel on. Okay, and it's going to be Buffalo. Alright. Memphis versus Utah State. Ooh, a big favorite for Memphis. What are the... It doesn't tell you what their records... Oh, they're both 6-6. I'm going to spin the wheel on this one as well. Alright, here we go. Utah State, alright. Only 15% pick them. The Battle of the Carolinas. Coastal is the better team. I'm going to pick Coastal in that one. Wisconsin versus Oklahoma State. I'm going to pick Oklahoma State for Mike Gundy. UCF versus Duke. I'm going to pick UCF for Gus Malzahn. Kansas versus Arkansas. Ooh, I don't know. I'm going to spin the wheel on that one. That'll be a pretty interesting game. I will cheer for Arkansas in this game. Yes! Thank you, wheel. Alright. North Carolina versus Oregon. I'm going to cheer for North Carolina for Mac Brown, but Oregon is the better team. I'm going to pick them. Texas Tech versus Ole Miss. Ooh. Forget it. This is the Texas Bowl. I'm going to pick Texas Tech. Syracuse versus Minnesota. This is in Yankee Stadium, I think. New York. I'm going to pick Syracuse because they're in New York. Now, this game, I can't believe Oklahoma's playing. A 6-6 Oklahoma team's playing a 13-9-3 Florida State team. Got to pick them. Texas versus Washington. Wow, dead even. 50% for each. Ooh. You never know with Texas. You never know with Texas. Since this is dead even, I'm going to spin the wheel. Now, this game's in San Antonio, which means Texas might win, but the wheel says Washington Huskies. Alright. Maryland versus NC State. I could see Maryland pull this off, but... What game is this? What? How? What? Really, ESPN? You think Maryland's the favorite? Alright, well, let's spin the wheel then. Let's find out. And it is NC State. Pittsburgh versus UCLA. Wow, that's a big difference right there. Pitt's 8-4. They're not a bad team. They can pull this off. But I'm going to pick UCLA because it's in El Paso. They're closer. Notre Dame versus South Carolina. I am picking South Carolina because if you can beat Clemson and Tennessee, you can beat almost any team. Ohio and Wyoming. Ooh, I'm going to spin the wheel on that one. Alright, oh, that's like the fastest spin yet. Ooh, Wyoming at the last second. Okay. Tennessee versus Clemson. I'm actually going to pick Clemson in this one because I think they've improved a lot in the ACC championship game. And I heard that the Tennessee quarterback might not play because he got injured. I'll find out if that's true. Alabama versus Kansas State. Wow, I'm kind of surprised that this isn't closer. You know what? I'm going to pick Kansas State to pull off the upset. Why not? Now, this one is dead even according to ESPN matchup predictor, so we're going to spin the wheel on that one. Iowa and Kentucky, both 7-5 teams, and I got Iowa. Doesn't it seem like Iowa has a lot of low-scoring games? Let's actually look at their results for this year. First game, low-scoring. Second game, low-scoring. Third game, shutout victory. Okay, yeah. Illinois, low-scoring. Minnesota, low-scoring. Huh. That's weird. Alright. And we'll do the CFP last. Mississippi State and Illinois. I have to pick have to pick Mississippi State. I have to cheer for them. So they're gonna do it for Mike Leach. They're gonna pay tribute to him. What's the name of this bowl game, by the way? Okay, and this is at Florida. Tulane and USC. I'm gonna pick USC, but I hope Tulane wins. That'll be amazing if they do. Wow, 93% pick LSU against Purdue. Purdue can pull off upsets, but I think LSU will win. I think this game will be close, though. I think it'll be close. Penn State and Utah in the Rose Bowl. I'm going to pick Utah. They seem like a really good team now. And we got this. So here we go. The CFP semifinals. Number 3 TCU against number 2 Michigan in the Fiesta Bowl. The Fiesta Bowl's first. Usually the Fiesta Bowl is second. But it's the opposite this year, and I think we know why. Because Ohio State and Georgia will be a much bigger game. 85% picked Michigan. Let's see what the matchup predictor says. 66.5% Michigan. Somehow TCU, they just don't lose until that Big 12 championship game. They only lost by a field goal. But this Michigan team is too good. I gotta pick Michigan. And the second game is the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl between number 4 Ohio State against number 1 Georgia. 88% picked Georgia. 12% picked Ohio State. Let's see what ESPN says. 58.1% picked Georgia. Georgia is the best team in the country. Ohio State fans, y'all are lucky. Y'all are lucky after that pretty bad loss to Michigan, especially in that fourth quarter. You somehow still managed to get in. Yes, it's one loss, but it's one pretty ugly loss. What if we get a rematch between Ohio State and Michigan in the championship game? That'll be really good. I hope that happens. I hope the final is Ohio State and Michigan in the CFP national championship game. And what if Ohio State wins? They get revenge. You know, it reminds me of the Alabama and Georgia from last year, right? Alabama beat Georgia in the SEC championship game, and Georgia beat Alabama in the national championship game. I will say this, though. I think the winner of the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl will win the whole thing. If Ohio State can beat Georgia, they can beat Michigan. Ohio State, I can see them pull this upset off. I can see them pull the upset. I think this game will be a little closer than what most people think, but the game is in Atlanta. Yes, Georgia this year has 3 games in Atlanta, the stadium where the Falcons play. Yeah, their first game against Oregon, it was in Atlanta. SEC championship game, Atlanta. Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, Atlanta. Georgia is in 3 games in Atlanta this year, so I gotta pick them. I got Georgia versus Michigan in the championship game, and I did say that the winner of that Ohio State and Georgia game will win the whole thing, so yep, I'm going to pick them, and that's it. Now, my picks, some of my picks might change. A lot of times when I change my picks right before the game starts, I get them wrong. Does that happen to you guys too, where you change your picks right before the game starts and you get that game wrong? I don't know if I will do that. But who knows, I might somehow change this game to Kentucky. I don't know. Well, we will pick Iowa. But yeah, this game, for once, I did not pick Alabama. Golly, when is the last time I did not pick Alabama to win? I think it was the 2018 National Championship game when Alabama played Georgia. The only reason why I picked Georgia in that game is because I needed the points. I needed the points to win or be in second place in my group. So obviously these numbers on the right side means how many points are for the win. So if I get this game right between Ohio and Wyoming, I get 33 points. And that's how it works. Now this is confidence, so I can obviously switch it up. So for example, I'm confident UAB is going to win really good. I can move this to number 38 or something. So that's how it works. So I can make 3 entries if I want to, which I probably will. And I'm in 2 groups. This is Johnny Talks. Oh, I forgot to hit submit. Or save pick, sorry. Alright, there we go. This is Johnny Talks Sports group. You can join his group if you want. And this is my group, the Lazy Genius group. Mostly family members are in this, but you guys can join this as well. The more people, the better. So, there you have it. So I will do my confidence off video. And yeah, let me know what game you're looking forward to the most. There's a few games that I'm really looking forward to. The UTSA and Troy game, New Mexico State playing in a bowl game, you know? The Orange Bowl, the best Orange Bowl you can think of. The perfect Orange Bowl. Yeah, there's so many. A lot of upsets happened last year. Will we get a lot of upsets again this year? Who knows? We never know. Alright, if you have any questions, or for those of you that want to play, If you need help, let me know in the comments. Until then, thank you for watching, and let Bowl Mania begin.